It's Valentine's Day, so what better thing to talk about than your heart health? There are so many things that we can add, subtract, or change in our diets to significantly reduce our risk of cardiovascular disease and all of the other associated complications as we age. The first thing to think about is the types of fats that you're consuming. Saturated fatty acids, as well as trans fatty acids, can increase our risk of cardiovascular disease. Switching these to both mono and polyunsaturated fatty acids, which are found in things like avocados, vegetable, olive oils, nuts, seeds, things along those lines, are fantastic ways of reducing your risk. But you can also further reduce your risk by making sure that you're getting enough omega-3s. Omega-3s are found primarily in fatty fish such as salmon, trout, anchovies and sardines, but can also be found in certain nuts and seeds such as walnuts, flax and chia seeds. These work in 4 different ways to help support our cardiovascular health and so are fantastic to reduce our risk of cardiovascular disease. Reducing our salt intake is another great way of reducing our risk of cardiovascular disease as it will directly impact our blood pressure. Ideally, you should not be seasoning your food with any salt, but that's not always possible. What you can do is just reduce down the amount of salt that you're consuming. Switch it out with some herbs, some spices, some different acids such as lemon or vinegar, as these can really help to brighten up the flavour of a food without the need for salt. Equally, it's a good idea to look at the salt content of pre-packaged foods that you're consuming, things like crisps, pastries, as well as things like stock cubes and gravies, as oftentimes these can be a really high hidden source of salt within our diet. Prioritising the consumption of fibre-rich foods where you can, such as fruits, vegetables, oats,